Chamber music, fucking the party up there. Chamber music, fucking the party up there. Chamber music, fucking the party up there. Chamber music, fucking the party up there.
You're listening to Chambermusik Radio. Straight from the chamber.
All right. Here we are with podcast number 2, Chambermusik Hip Hop News on March 23rd, 2018. I'm G-Clef.
I'm Mowie Kei.
And we are back with the second podcast that we've ever done. Hey, you know what, Mowie Kei? We got accepted to iTunes, so now we are on iTunes, Google Play, soon to be on Spotify, and also YouTube. So,
all right, so we're official for every phone.
we are in there now. We are official. And without any further ado, I'd like to ask everybody, please make sure you're subscribed to our feed or subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is YouTube Chambermusik, CHAMBERMUSIK.
Yep.
All right, we're going to get right into this news because we do have a couple more good articles to discuss, or whatever you want to call them, events. I'm going to start us off with, everybody knows that UGod has a book out. You know, UGod of Wu-Tang Flan, the supposed member that nobody knows. But, I mean, everybody that's a Wu-Tang fan knows UGod. But at the end of the day, he wrote a book, put a lot of, interesting information in there. I haven't checked it out yet. But then he's also releasing his album recently through Baby Grand. And, so a whole lot of controversy in the news right now going around with statements he said.
I know he's doing a book tour, too, because I saw he was at the Philadelphia Free Public Library doing like a signing and book, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bookish.
Yeah, so he's making the rounds in the news. And in his new book, he's been killing the RZA. I mean, like, claiming RZA put his family in charge of all the Wu-Tang businesses and thus gradually destroyed the brand. He additionally claims RZA failed to take advantage of Wu's early success, thus not cementing their legacy. In 2016, UGod also filed a lawsuit against RZA for unpaid royalties and other group fees adding up to $2.5 million, claiming he hadn't received a royalty payment since 2010. So, he's also letting the public know he's contributed over 170 songs to the group's catalog. He's quoted as saying, quote, "Right now it looks like the Wu brothers are not on the same page, going at each other's throats, missing shows and all of that. But, to be honest, it's really years of bullshit catching up to RZA. Things started changing little by little. Guys got fed up, and eventually we all got individual managers to negotiate and serve as a buffer from all the bullshit. It was no longer all for one and one for all." And he claims that even the group's trademark W logo is actually unavailable to certain group members. And, running a record label with several Wu-Tang artists, I do agree with that fact. I know about that personally. I just like to say that, even when we were doing the Capadonna albums, it's a little difficult to use that Wu-Tang logo. I remember back in the days when we were dealing with Geffen Records, with when we were with the GZA in there, and I know that Killer Priest had to pay a hefty sum to get the W on his record and stuff like that. It's new to the public. It's new to the public,
no, I know that,
UGod is exposing it, and we might have dealt with that here and there, but which I'm mentioning, but UGod is letting it be known to the public. I'm sure a lot of the public are shocked about this fact that RZA doesn't allow members of the Wu-Tang Clan, the generals, to use that W without a hefty fee. I mean, we're gonna try not to take an opinion on this because we don't like being in the middle of all of that drama. But at the same time, I mean, the fans need to know what's going on. So UGod is letting people know how he feels. We're not against anybody. We're not taking sides. But I mean, this has been going on for a long time. And whenever we chose to expose little tidbits of information, a lot of fans got jumped on our back and back in the days. But we don't even got to talk about that. I mean, it's all coming out now. I'm sure everything comes out in the wash, doesn't it?
It eventually all just comes out.
Yeah. So we're going to have more Wu-Tang stuff to talk about later. But let's move on to Nas. We got the latest update on Nas from last week.
Yeah, so to continue the Nas saga, the saga of Nas. Nas gets a 40 million bag off smart doorbells. Clef, you were right.
Yep. Dig in.
All right. The company's called Ring, and they create and sell video doorbells. Last week, we mentioned the situation, and we covered a story about Nas and Khalees and their lawyers fighting. So check that out if you don't know. Well, anyway, Forbes reports that Ring was acquired for $1.1 billion by Amazon, and Nas is caking up to the tune of $40 million for being one of the earliest investors in Ring. Shaquille O'Neal is also one of the investors. Ring on its own raked in about $500 million last year alone, before Amazon scooped it up, and apparently Amazon wants to incorporate Ring into its new Amazon Key delivery service.
Now, Amazon Key, that's the thing where, like, you know, a strange mailman, like, enters your house.
Enters your house and drops off packages, and just, that whole idea just makes me really nervous. But,
oh, my God.
But that's because, you know, living in New York for 11 years will make you like that. Ring is committed to reducing crime in neighborhoods by providing effective and affordable home security tools. The basic way it works is you can ring a person's doorbell and have a two-way audio conversation as well as HD video. And it even streams to mobile devices. Nas originally teamed up with Anthony Sala to create Queensbridge Venture Enterprises. Nas recommends investing if you have the means, but more importantly to research and study companies to see exactly what they plan to do. Nas is no dummy in this area because he's also backed startups like Genius, Lyft, and SeatGeek.
Right. Genius, which used to be Rap Genius, you know, where they, you know, interpret all the lyrics for you and tell you, get the artist to, you know, back up what the lyrics are about and all that stuff. I mean,
I didn't know Nas was such a savvy investor.
I didn't either, but, you know, he is you know, smart lyricist, so it makes sense.
He is a Virgo.
We're happy that he's finally, you know, catching up with Jay-Z on the money tip. The only thing I want to add to this story is that I did watch the demonstration of Ring, and how it works is kind of crazy. Like, you know, you can see what's going on at your house even when you're not at your house. You can look through your, you know, your iPhone and basically through the app see what's going on in front of your house. And if someone rings your doorbell, you can fake them out like you're actually home.
You mean kind of like what you do with the RoboKiller? The RoboKiller on your phone? Where you put the messages and then they call and they think they're having a conversation.
Except they can see you and hear you and talk to you like you're home, which is kind of wild. Like, you know, like let's try it out. Like, you ring the bell.
Ding dong.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi, this is I'm a Jehovah's Witness, and I was just wondering if you would like.
I'm actually like wiping my kid's ass right now, so can you get back to me on that?
Okay, Jesus loves your kid's ass,
all right,
and I will be back tomorrow.
Peace out.
Peace.
See what I mean? Like, you can fake people out and they'll never know, and you're actually downtown, like, having coffee at Starbucks. not even having kids, even. Like, you could just completely bullshit everybody that comes to your house. That's perfect for us, Mowie Kei.
Oh my God.
Because we hate people.
So it's like screening, like when people use like old school like voicemail screening. You can screen your door.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Well, I got another crazy story for us. Check this out. Jeff Sessions is now the possessor of the Wu-Tang secret album.
Oh, the Keebler Elf has the Wu-Tang.
Can you believe that? U.S. Attorney Jeff Sessions, who believes that weed is dangerous, and he's not a fan of rap music. That being said, he is now the proud owner, or at least possessor, of Once Upon a Time in Shaolin, the ill-fated, mysterious Silver Rings album, which was passed off as the final Wu-Tang Clan album. After a filing at the Justice Department on Wednesday, the U.S. District Court has ordered former pharmaceutical executive Martin Shkreli to give up the Wu-Tang album, as well as $5 million from a brokerage account, a share in Viera Pharmaceuticals, a Picasso painting, as well as his copy of Lil Wayne's album, The Carter 5. Allegedly The Carter 5. That is yet to be proven. Anyway, the total value of these items are around $7 million. Shkreli bought the world's only copy of the Silver Rings album for $2 million, But when he was sentenced to prison earlier this month for security frauds, the judge ruled that some of his assets had to be sold off to pay back victims of his fraud. However, here's where it gets interesting. The DOJ may not have legitimate rights to this questionably legitimate Wu-Tang album because legally it's still partially owned by both Silver Rings and the RZA, both of whom, quote-unquote, produced it, though we know RZA had nothing to do with this album production-wise. But anyway, both these guys own 50% of the master recording rights, apparently, as well as the contractual obligation for Shkreli never to make sure that he never sells the album for a period of 88 years. Remember that?
Yeah.
Maui?
Yeah, so that in the future they can open a time capsule and there'll be this new music that nobody ever heard.
Exactly. And they originally wanted to be like art, like a Picasso painting, where the seasoning would cause an increase in value, after years and years and years. That was going to be the hope, but this delay is messing things up for the value of the album. Therefore, even selling it off has compromised the price. Because, Shkreli invested $2 million, but it's not worth $2 million. In fact, recently, before he went to jail, he tried to eBay it off and couldn't even clear $1 million, like his minimum. So he's messed up in the game. He's all hemmed up. You know what I'm saying? So, now the problem is that, this may or may not get sold off. It may be clauses in the contract which don't give him quite full ownership, where Jeff Sessions may not be able to legitimately sell it off. Shkreli is actually could potentially appeal this, which could postpone Jeff Sessions' next move. So even if the government manages to sell it now, it could get stopped. It could get deaded, But I think the moral of the story is this highly coveted, mysterious final Wu-Tang album is now in the hands of the Keebler elf himself, Jeff Sessions. And I guess more news as this develops, Maui.
Is he going to put it in the Keebler treehouse and dip it in chocolate and...
Maybe he could do whatever he wants as long as he don't sell it for 88 years. I don't know.
I think he's secretly listening to it. I think he secretly likes it.
I don't think so. I think he's going to try to pass it off to, Trump.
Trump will want it.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah.
Knowing Trump.
Trump will be like, nobody has this. This is fantastic. I'm the only one with the Wu-Tang album. They're fabulous, guys. I know all the Wu, RZA, whatever his name is.
Old Dirty Bastard was my good friend. You never know with that guy. He's a little crazy.
Yeah. I'm wondering, too, if it complicates, the legal stuff with the fact that Silver Rings he's not in the United States. He's a...
Oh, God.
He doesn't
Okay, my brain is hurting now.
I don't even know where he lives.
I can't even do this. All right, well, we got some more weird news. Music critic and writer Nelson George, who Prince did a diss track on years ago, back in the day, called Bob George. I don't know if you remember that, Mowie Kei, on the Black Album. Anyway, music critic and writer Nelson George has written a play apparently called My Funny Valentine. And guess who's playing jazz trumpeter Miles Davis?
Who?
In this play, which takes place a day in the life of Miles Davis in 1981.
Don Cheadle.
No. Come on.
He was so good.
Guess again.
Let me think. Who's a good person? Nas.
No, Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest is playing Miles Davis in this play. If y'all want to go see it, it's in New York City at Joe's Pub, March 26th in New York City, and it'll feature Q-Tip reading as Miles Davis. It's a play.
Oh, so it's like a play reading?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay.
He's going to be acting, I believe.
Sometimes they do table reads, just for performance, and they would just sit there and read it.
You'd know better than me, but my real question is, what would Prince say?
I think Prince would want to be Miles Davis.
Prince was friends with Miles Davis. Prince hated Nelson George. I don't even think Miles Davis fucked with Nelson George, to be honest with you. But you know what? We'll see what happens with this. Maybe
I think Prince is rolling over and whatever.
And what will Justin Timberlake have to do with this?
Wait, what does Justin Timberlake have to do with it?
Back to you, Maui.
You just leaving me hanging? All right, that's cool. Because our next story is about food, so that's always good.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Rice and Shine Wu-Tang edition. So there's a chef out in Los Angeles, Long Beach area. He's a Wu-Tang fan. His name is AC Boral, and he just presented his Rice and Shine Wu-Tang themed pop-up restaurant last week. He says the idea started in 2012 when his childhood friend Vince requested a Wu-Tang inspired birthday dinner. Chef Boral, who specializes in Filipino cuisine, carried out his friend's request and then decided to take the Wu dinner to the next level, enter the 36 courses. Since then, Chef Boral has been working on a 36-course dinner in honor of the 36 chambers, and so far he's got 8 finished, 8 of the courses. All the dishes are named after a particular Wu-Tang song. The dishes include Uzi from the Iron Flag album, which is a brie, cheddar, and apple grilled cheese with an oxtail and tomato jus.
Can I interrupt you there?
Sure.
That formula, or what do you call it? Not a formula. You call it a ingredients. What a recipe? That recipe sounds more like Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert.
Than a Wu-Tang Clan food.
It really does. I think that's what Little Uzi Vert's made out of.
He's made out of brie cheddar and apple grilled cheese with an oxtail and tomato juice.
Jus. Jus.
Yo, don't get anti-Semitic.
Like jus, not Jew. Jus.
Isn't this food a little fancy for Wu-Tang?
It's a little fancy for me.
Staten Island, Brooklyn.
I don't know, man.
I mean, like, would the Wu-Tang guys ever eat this kind of?
They probably. I mean, yeah, I know. Sitting there eating it, like, would they have the little like teacups with their fingers?
And I see
fancy?
the next thing they got is called Protect Your Neck.
Yeah.
And it's pork belly poutine with chipotle curry gravy on top of hand-cut fries. Like, hello, pork.
I know. I mean,
Wu-Tang Clan don't eat no pork.
Wu-Tang pork ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yo, like, do these guys know Wu-Tang?
I mean, they're huge fans, and they were about to go to a concert. That's like the day before, like the dinner. They were gonna go to a concert, so they made a big Wu dinner. They were excited.
I wonder what Master Killer would say about this pork. You know, I was on a video shoot one day with GZA, and GZA actually had catered food and told the Chinese caterers, whatever you do, no pork in the food, please.
Yeah.
And then they came down and he found some pork fried rice or some pork ingredients in there, and he got real mad and poured a 40-ounce all the food. Like, I told y'all I don't want no pork.
Well, good. Hey, like, good for them, man. Good for them.
But the point is, this guy's got Protect Your Neck pork. Anyway, all right. What else they got? Let's keep it moving.
Wait, are there any members of the Wu that do eat pork?
I'm not talking about Raekwon and his hamburgers. What else we got?
Hamburgers ain't pork.
I'm not getting in trouble with these guys anymore, man.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm stirring the pot. So, shimmy ya. This is another dish. It's a dirty tribute.
Shimmy ya.
Yeah, shimmy ya. I guess it should be called shimmy ya. Surf and turf with chimichurri. I don't even know what I'm gonna look that up. Chimichurri and a little ratatouille on the side. And I know ratatouille is like a French like vegetable dish they made a Disney movie about.
So Old Dirty Bastard is made of surf and turf chimichurri with ratatouille.
Yeah.
No comment.
Buddha Monk, these guys... Dear Buddha Monk, do you approve or disapprove of this dish?
Yeah, Buddha is going to have to eat it.
And finally,
Buddha's going to have to eat it with a Harvey Wallbanger.
No, I mean a screwdriver.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Tell us the rest of this.
All right. And
this next part here is funny.
This is quoting the chef, the coup de grace for dessert. No. He used the words coup de grace because he's fancy. Wu-Tang Flan ain't nothing to fuck with. I guess Wu-Tang Flan.
Like, come on, Wu-Tang Flan ain't nothing to fuck with?
Yeah, it's a gold leaf W, like Wu-Tang symbol shaped flan with balsamic berry sauce on the bottom.
Wow.
There ain't nothing to fuck with.
Wu-Tang Flan. All right.
I mean, I respect his commitment. I respect his commitment. Trust me.
I'm with it.
All right. So he already released courses 1 through 4 last week. And he'll be releasing courses 5 through 8 at a pop-up brunch in June.
Chambers.
Right. Sorry. Chambers, not courses.
Wow.
So
what's a pop-up brunch?
A pop-up brunch is, I just learned this. Apparently, pop-up is a new trendy thing where people will make pop-up restaurants. And they do like, I guess it kind of runs like a show. So they do a run and they do a certain bunch of courses.
Like pop-ups, like when you go to a certain porn site?
No, no.
And you get all those girls like in your
I
area.
think more like a mansion party where you get a bunch of girls, in a mansion.
What? That's
And
a
then
pop up?
Well, that would be a pop-up party, right?
Because it'll make you pop up. That's a different story. We're not trying to get, oh boy. All this from Wu-Tang Flan.
I know, I'm too dirty, Clef.
You're
Clef,
the old dirty hostess. So
you gotta keep me clean, Clef.
getting older and dirtier.
I'm not old and dirty about a minute. So
when is this going down and where? So
it's going down. It's going to be a multi-year project. It's going down out on the West Coast. And if you want to learn more, check out his website, riceandshinebrunch.com.
Okay.
It has all his information about him and what he's doing. And I mean, I'm calling him the Wu-Tang chef in my mind.
Salute to Raekwon the chef. I mean Boral the chef.
For all the chefs.
For doing his thing. Hey, look, everybody, Wu-Tang fans are branching out and doing all kinds of things. They've infiltrated our society, kind of like a cult.
Well, art inspires art, right?
No, I'm making jokes.
Oh, cool. I'm sorry.
Like a cult, but
Oh, you mean like the guys who knock on the door?
like Charles Manson, like Helter Skelter.
Oh yeah.
Murderous scene. So anyway, all right. So that we got any more news, or is that it?
Wow, that was the final story. That was
Man, another one in the books, Mowie Kei, right?
Yeah, another one in the can.
Podcast number 002. You ever wonder why people put 00 in front of 2? Why don't you just say 2? But we did it too. We put 00.
I guess I don't know because
it makes it sound like it's bigger.
They're
like
gonna have 100.
You have more of a big vision for the future, like 002.
What about how about we do 00002?
Now you're really talking about a big vision. Now you really like, yo, we going forever.
We going for 1 million episodes.
Chamber music forever. Word, But yo, Mowie Kei, my name is G-Clef. Your name is
Mowie Kei.
And that's all we got, folks, for this week.
Yeah.
But listen, we're on iTunes now. We got approved. We're on Google Play. We're going to be on Spotify hopefully soon. We are on YouTube at YouTube user / whatever it is, Chamber Music, CHAMBERMUSIK, right?
Yeah.
And if you have any stories for us, right?
Yeah, if you got stories, hit us up. We have an email that's just dedicated to stories from y'all. So, Clef is looking it up for me right now.
The email is something new. exclusives.hiphop@gmail.com. That's it. Just hit us up. Exclusives.hiphop@gmail.com and just give us your stories, your gossip, something you saw, even if it's a video, something crazy that that nobody else knows, and share it with us because we feel like we need to cover this underground scene.
Yeah, we want all the news that nobody else is covering. We
Right.
wanna
Got a lot of people for the really the youth. Right? And the stars, the rock stars and all of that, but we want to cover, the underground and, true hip hop.
The stuff that's important to y'all. That's what we want.
Exactly. All right, Mowie Kei.
All right, G-Clef.
So, people, stay tuned, add us, subscribe, do what you got to do, and we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.
Peace.